Hey everybody, this is Jason, Zombie Collector, and I'm going to be doing a number 2 video for my 80 cards from the 1980s, my personal registry. So I have been able to obtain a handful of other cards, luckily from my brother from the South, Mark from Kentucky. Him and I got together a few days ago, or I should say a week ago now. And he said, hey, I got some cards that would go great for your 80 cards from the 1980s. They're like doubles of mine or whatnot. They're better in your collection than mine. And I'm more than happy to give them to you. And I said, no, man, it's not necessary. It's okay. He's like, no, I want to. Here, take them. So out of the generosity of this community, thank you very much, Mark. I received another handful of cards for this 80 cards from the 1980s. Now, there is another 20 cards if you go online to BECKETT.com, I believe. So it's 81 through 100 if you want to do that as well, which I probably will end up doing as well, because I want to get the whole 100 cards eventually. But I'm sticking with the 80 cards from the 1980s right now out of the magazine from BECKETT Baseball. And this was written by the one and only Mike Payne. So a lot of people know who Mike Payne is, as you can see right there. To see Mike Payne's name. We share the same last name. He's so blessed to be named after me. So you are welcome, sir. And so there's that. Now, just so you know, this card right here was an icon in my childhood. I used to go down to the sports page in Jeffersonville, Indiana, my hometown, with my dad and my brother, cracking 1988 Donruss, looking for all kinds of players that were highly touted rookies from 1988. So if you have 1988, you're thinking Roberto Alomar Jr., you're thinking Ken Caminiti, you're thinking Tom Glavine, but I'm sure there's a few others I might be forgetting, but those are some of the big names I can remember off the top of my head. But none of them were as big as this guy right here, Greg Jeffries. Greg Jeffries, number 657 on this Donruss card. So I was 10 years old, so I was the same age as Luca. This is 10 years, so I was born in 78. So I was super stoked, and my dad would give me $1 every weekend or whatever to buy a couple packs, hopefully to be getting some of these players. And, obviously that time you also had Barry Bonds, Mike McGuire, Don Mattingly, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Ozzie Smith. There's a lot of guys that, are Hall of Famers that were already in the product that weren't necessarily were Hall of Fame rookies that came out that year, aside from Roberto Alomar Jr., I don't know if anybody else in that rookie class ended up being a Hall of Famer. I guess I can look real quick, since I have it right here at my fingertips, and see if there was a 1988 Donruss. Was there anybody else that was rookie? Mark Grace was in there. And that's it. So, yeah, Tom Glavine was the only. Tom Glavine and Roberto Alomar were the only two Hall of Famers that came out of that rookie card set from Donruss. So this is card number 2, episode number 2 in this series. I got a lot of positive feedback from my first one. A lot of you all YouTubers have said you're going to join with me in the journey. You've picked up your own publication of BECKETT Baseball for this series from my own personal registry, and you're going to do it along with me, or you've already been doing it, or you're going to start. And I've got a lot of feedback, just people saying they're looking forward to watching my journey through collecting these cards, because so many of us were born in the 70s or early 80s, and so a lot of us really have a strong affinity to these cards in this decade. It brings back a lot of childhood memories, a lot of nostalgia, and I think it's just, a fun thing to do, a fun registry, as I like to call it, my own personal registry, which I've said already 4 times, sorry. But this is a fun walk down memory lane to do, and to have a little bit of purpose. Because I'm the kind of guy who likes to collect lots of different things. I do have, tunnel vision on some stuff. But if I think it's cool, I'll pick it up. I don't really have a specific, this is what I collect. So that being said, this is card number 57. 57 out of the 80 cards in the magazine here. Number 57. And so I'm going to read a little bit about this. This is 1988 Donruss, Greg Jeffries, card number 657, rookie card. So let's get into it. It says, who knew that the Donruss presses would be rolling with 1988 product from the late 87 until, presumably, the early part of the George H.W. Bush presidency in early 1989. That's a whole mouthful. You see why people got tired of the drab borders and the card images of this set. But it was baseball in 1988. So buy it we did. Mostly looking for the highly touted Mets prospect who looked like the kid who sat near the back of your social studies class. Which is kind of funny because he does not look like he's a special in any way. And he turned out to be a fine ball player. He played quite a few years in Major League Baseball. I mean, he had a nice career, but it was not the All-Star Hall of Fame career that he was touted to have initially. But anyways, guys, that is my next card in the set that I have collected. Thanks again from Mark from Kentucky for your generosity. This community continues to amaze me of all of this giving, so giving. I'm blown away daily by it, guys. It really means a lot. So, again, showing the card off one more time. This is the second video in the series. Hopefully it'll have another 20 or 30 more at least this year. And until next time, peace, love, and a little Greg Jeffries action. I'm out.